all the items we're going to get done today. It will show you all the items we're going to have today. Right? If you follow that link, it'll show you all the items we have. So at any point, if you get lost, you can just go there and look at what section you're missing and just copy it. Okay, does that make sense to everyone? If you get lost at any point, so click on the link, open the page, keep it on another tab. If you get lost, you can't figure out what is wrong, you can just go to my copy and paste and just compare to see where you might have made a mistake. Okay. All right. So please, if could you respond yes if you.
Which link are we supposed to go on?
Sorry.
Which link are we supposed to go on?
I just sent the. Oh, hold on. Let me to everyone. Okay, sorry. And let me send the link again. Here it is. So click on this link. I send the link to everyone's chat and I should be able to see it. Click on the link.
Did you send it to our emails?
No, in the chat, in the Zoom chat. You can see it right now in the Zoom chat. Okay, so if you have, could you just send yes if you've seen the message? So Tali says yes, Marianne Fadi, okay. Just want to make sure everyone has that link. If you get lost at any point, you could always go there and see which part you're missing and just copy and paste it directly. I'll try as much as possible to stay consistent.
Were we supposed to save our stuff from last time?
Whatever you have, if you wrote it on one compiler, it saves automatically. I'll show you how to look at the previous ones you did.
Okay.
As long as you did it before, you could always go back and look at it. All right, now I'm going to start sharing my screen. So, 1 second. Okay. So everyone can see my screen. So the first thing is, the first thing when you're here is to, oh, hold on, let me open the chat. Just make sure I need to monitor the chat. Okay.
Please do on camera. See, everybody is on camera because that's
no.
Okay, please, if you're not asking the question, could you mute yourself? If you're not asking the question, could you mute yourself, please? All right, Jeff, can I see my screen?
Look at the things that we previously did.
Sorry, what was your question?
How do we look at the things that we previously
Okay, that's
made?
what I'm about to show you right now. Okay, so if you have the link, and some of you might have followed the link and clicked on the link. If you want to see what you did previously, you come here to, you click on the icon. You see here, there's an S.
For breakfast.
Please, if you're not talking, could you mute yourself? If you're not asking a question, mute yourself. So click on the S.
The chess.
Start
So not an S, it'll be an A or whatever. It might be a picture. It might be like the first letter of your name. Like it'll be on the top right-hand corner. On the top right-hand corner, you should see. Can you see my mouse?
Yes.
So you click on that and click on it and click on my account.
Okay.
Then it brings you here. Then you come here. You can click on codes. Then here you can see all the codes you have.
Okay.
So that's how you see all your previous projects. Okay, so that's how you find all your previous projects.
Okay.
Okay, so for right now, I want to create a new project, a new one. So we're starting from scratch. So I just open whichever one I had and press new. That creates a new project.
Okay.
Okay. So last time we discussed, let me run this just to show you. So last time we discussed, let me make this full screen. Can everybody see my screen clearly? I'll try and zoom in a bit.
No, not really. It's hard to move around.
Okay. Well, I zoomed in. Is this better?
No, as in Since you're sharing, I have to move around. It doesn't look like I'm moving around on your screen, but I'm moving around to follow your mouse.
What do you mean moving around? Sir, do you understand that question? But can everyone see my screen though? That's my question. Can everyone
Yes.
see my screen? Okay.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
first, so you click on the run. This is what you did the last time. We have the H tag. You discuss H tag. You discuss P tag. You discuss the A tag, right? So this is just a brand new project. I just clicked the new. Nothing has changed yet. Discuss the A tag, right? Remember you discussed the A tag. That's what you use for links and whatnot. You discuss the image tag, right? The image is an empty tag. So the break tag as well. So today, let's first start with a simple tag. Let's start with a list. A list tag. A list tag is similar to what do you call this? It's similar to like the table tag. Remember the table tag? You put the table. They have to put table row and whatnot. So you can't use the table on its own. You have to first put a table row. It's the same with the list tag. With the list tag, there are two types of lists. An unordered list, so unordered, UL, unordered list. So think of an ordered list as like as bullet points, and an ordered list. So here I'm just gonna put, John. I'm just putting some names here as an example. So you can follow me to type along, though, and you run this, and you see that. Another type of list is unordered list tag. It's still the same thing, but the only difference now is ordered list. I want to just show you the difference. I'll slow down. I just want to show you how it looks like. So you can also click on this too to autocomplete some of the words can be autocompleted. So list tag. So make sure once you have a tag, you open and close the tag. So I'll just put here though. So you see on unordered list, here we have John Doe, like it's just a bullet point, is on ordered list. There's no order to it. And here we have Jane Doe. There's order to it. There's number in the list, 1, 2, and whatnot. So that's the difference between. Sorry?
It doesn't show 1, 2 for me.
Did you make sure it's OL? You have to make sure it's OL.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. I see now.
So ordered list and unordered list. Make sure you see the first one was UL, unordered.
Okay.
Then
Okay.
the second one is OL, right? And this stuff here, the dots, you can change this dot. This is what is called the list style type. You can change the style. It's called the list style type, right? So, but before we start changing any of that stuff, I want to show you something. Remember last class when you wanted to change the style, you go like this. You write style, you write the style attributes. You write the style attributes. Then you put like a. So here we have list style type. I just want to show you, this is kind of what you did last time. And let me just run that. So do you remember this? You remember that you had to write style, then you write your whatever style you want. Let me do it. So let me show you. Let me use the old one first. It's easier to show an older one. So color blue. Let's just take the color blue. So this is what you did last time. If any of you can remember, you wrote the style and you put the style attributes, you put the color, whatever style you want to add. You could add more things here too. You could do background color. Remember you did that too as well from math class. You did background color.
Yes.
So yeah, I'll put it red. So my colors are not very good. Those are not very good colors, but I'm just trying to show you an example. You could do a background color. So that's what we did the last time. But if you think about it now, let's say I want to add like 50 styles. That would be so much styles for me to add in this place. It will make this stuff very hard and difficult to read. Another way to do it is to add that style in our header, in our head section. You see the head? The head is different from the body of the HTML document. You see the head here?
Yeah.
right? The head is different from the body. The head is where you can add styles to. You can add styles there, you can add script, but for now, we're only adding style. To add the style, we're going to do it almost the same, it's still the same idea, right? So whatever you put in the head is not going to show up, in the document, right? Whatever you write in the head does not show up in what you see, right? Whatever you put in the head does not show up in what you see. So here I'll put the style tag because I want to put style, right? I'll put the style tag in here, I'll say UL. So I'm telling the browser that I want to apply this style to this UL element here. So I can just copy this. But before I apply it, I must make sure I have my braces. So you can see the type of brackets I used. I don't know if you can see the bracket I used. The type of bracket I used braces.
What
Braces bracket is just close. Just if you're using a US keyboard, it's just on where the P is, past the P, where you see on the same row the P is on the right side. You can see the braces. It's like a squiggly bracket. Okay, you have to use a squiggly bracket. So let me remove this. So now if I run, you see it's there. So I'm telling the stuff, for you to change the color here, come to this element here. Come and read the style from here, from the style tag, from the style block here. So that's where it's finding out to use the color. I could also use it for, but you see what I first did? To first tell, I have to say, okay, I have to first give it a name. So I give it a name. That name is the selector. I'm telling it select the UL element and apply this style to it. So I'm adding the selector, and this is the description I'm going to give it. So this is the style. This is what I want to apply to the UL element, and I'm giving it this description. So what we had here before, what we had in this tag here before, it's called an inline style. So inline style is like you just write it in there. It's easy to write it in there, but if you have something that is very long, it's difficult to keep inline style. So it's always better to start the style in the style sheet or in the header. So now let's do the same thing for the OL. So I want you to do the OL yourself. So I'm going to give you a minute to try and do the OL. I'm giving you 1 minute now to try and do the OL yourself. The same thing, but change the color. Choose whatever color you want. You see I'm using red. Remember the last slides, you guys use hash values. You guys use the hex values. So this time I'm not using hex values, I'm just using the word, the color I want. There's over 140 colors. So most of the colors you could think like all the common colors, you can usually find their words for it. So for now, just use that. Go to try and make an OL and try and see if you can change it, change the color. See how you can do it. I'm going to give you a minute. So time starts now. So if you're done, just leave a message in the chat that I'm done that. So is anyone done? Is anyone able to do it? Okay, so Marianne, done. Okay, so so to do it again, I'll just do OL, same thing as I did before. There's not much to it. It's just saying the same thing. So here I'll see color. So maybe this I'll give it green. So this changes the text color, right? And here I'll say background color, or maybe something else. What else can I change? I can change I'll change the background color. Let's leave a background color for now. Teach other properties as we go. Background color, purple. So my color selection is not very good. I'm just trying to show you an example. So remember, when you're writing the color, you have to put, after putting the whatever you choose, put the angle bracket first.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Can you repeat it again? Because I don't understand, and I think a lot of people don't understand as well.
Okay, well, so make sure, okay, let's start again from scratch, from here, from this part. So remember we created an order, did everybody catch the list? Did everyone catch the list? Did everyone catch the list part here? Okay, I'm assuming that you all did, if no one is saying.
Yeah.
You all caught the list. So when you come to the head, you see the head here, the HTML head. Whatever is in the head tag, you see the head tag, open and closing head tag. Whatever is in the head tag does not show up. Does not show up in your, does not show up in the document, right? So I said before we had the style here. We did like we did style. Let me write it again. We did style, we did like, let me do quickly, color, blue. Then that's what we had here, right? We had that earlier here. That's what we did. We had the inline style here. We have this here. But I'm saying instead of doing this here, we could put this attribute now in a tag inside the style tag. You see, I put a style tag here. Move that again. So style tag. I put that attribute inside the style tag. So to put the attribute, I have to first call which one. I have to tell it, okay, style this, but I have to say, okay, I want you to style this element. No, it's not optional. What is not option? It's not optional. I just, yeah. So style tag. So come here. So you have to make sure you add the style. You have to do the style open and close. Remember what she said the last time? You have to open and close the door, right? You have to open and close the door. So I first added the style, open and close it first. Then after that, I'm going to say, okay, go to the ordered list. On ordered list, I use the UL, last one. Go to the unordered list elements. So UL, I'm selecting the UL element. So that's what this is called. Then I put a angle braces, open and close. So I'm selecting, I'm telling it, select the UL element. Any element that has UL, select it, the UL element, your unordered list element. Select that UL element. And if you select the element, I want you to change the color to blue. So let me run that. So you see the color is blue. I told it select the UL element, change the color to blue. So instead of writing it here, I'm writing it up here. Okay. So the same thing I do for background color. So here I see red. That's what I was just doing. That's just the same. Background color, red. Okay. So did everyone follow up to that point?
Yeah, I'm following.
Okay, Kinsala, did you get it? Okay. So then I said it's the same thing again, but now I have an ordered list. I want you to do the same thing for an ordered list. So here I'm going to do it for an ordered list again. I will select the ordered list. I'm selecting the ordered list now. I'm selecting ordered list. I put the angle braces. So I want you to style the ordered list. So in my case, the ordered list is this one. You see, the ordered list is this one. So I want you to select the ordered list. Select the ordered list. To select the ordered list, I put the OL tag, then I'll say, okay, what do I want to do? Let me say I'll just change the color in this one. I'll change the color of this one to green.
And in the same style.
Huh? Yeah, it will still be the same style tag, exactly. You're not, so the style tag, you only put the style tag once in the HTML head. You don't have to put it twice, just put it once. Everything else, you just keep adding more styles inside that same style tag, right? You see the style tag is in the head. You keep adding all the elements inside the head of the style tag. So you're not adding it again. Any other stuff I want. So even like, for example, so what about if I wanted to do a paragraph? Can anybody guide me what I should do if I want to do a paragraph? The color doesn't work. Make sure you're spelling color C-O-L-O-R and .. green. Make sure you're spelling C-O-L-O-R. Okay, and look at exactly, make sure you have the style first. Did you have the style? So start, make sure you have it in the style tag. So let me compress this. Make sure you first have style. You have to have this first, close. Then after that, make sure you're using UL. Okay. So if you have a problem, for example, let me just tell what say if I have a problem. Let's say I have a problem now. Let me just go. So I have an issue. What you could do, for me to see what you work for me. No, okay, that will. But we're not doing that anymore. We're doing the one in the up. We're doing it up here in the head. We're not doing the inline for Desi. We're not doing inline anymore. We're not doing inline. So if you have an issue, just tell me your issue. So my color isn't working. I'm going to give you an example. My color isn't working. So then after you put my color, I'm going to skip, then I'll copy. So up here, I'll copy my link. So Control C, Command C if you're on a Mac, Control C. I'll copy my link and I'll paste the link here. So this is what I'm working on right now. So if it's not working, I'll come here. Then anybody can view what you have. So if you have a problem, come and just copy your link, then I can see what your problem is. Then maybe we can all work together with it. Okay.
Johnson, a quick question. Do we need to end those style tags with a semicolon? Like do that play?
Yeah, they need to end it with a semicolon. That's also another issue. You need to end it with a semicolon. I need to mention that. So if you have the style tag, make sure at the end you have the semicolon here at the end. Okay. So I'm assuming everyone is still good now. If you haven't sent the link, I'm assuming that you're fine. Okay. Make sure you end it with a semicolon. See, I put a colon here, end it with a semicolon. It's the same thing you did when we did the inline. You also have to end it with a semicolon. Remember to end it here also with a semicolon. So now do this, change the color of a P tag. So here, let me add another P tag. Let me add my name is Johnson. Tyler, could you send me your link? Like I said, if you want me to help you, send me the link so I can see where you're making a mistake from. So copy the link on the top here. Copy the link, then I can look at where your mistake is if it's not working. So then, okay, so I'm assuming everyone is up to this point. I'm waiting for Talia. If she copy the link and send it, and then we can work. We can see maybe some of the mistakes you could also learn from the mistakes too. So, but make sure you have it closed. So is everybody good? Talia, do you have it now? I haven't seen your link.
Can you put it into the chat?
What? Sorry. Can I put what into the chat?
Can you copy into the chat the code?
Yeah, I could, but not. I could copy, but like I said earlier, the first link I sent, Control C.
Okay,
Okay.
Can you go back to the top where you did?
Even if I copy it, if I can't see the mistake you're making, it might still be something that you're doing wrong. I can't tell if what you're doing wrong.
Put in the chat.
Could you copy the link? So up here, I'm going to go again and show it to you.
Can you go back to the top? Where
1
you
second.
did the background color and color blue?
So could you send your link? So come here, come to this point and copy the link. Come here, copy to the top. Can you see what I'm doing? Copy that and paste it if you're having an issue. All right, Tyler, you have to move on. You haven't copied the link yet. Could you copy? So I'm assuming that you're good now. Okay, so that's what you do. So for a P tag, is the same thing again. You add a selector. You put the P, open and closing braces, right? Open and closing again. Then here I'll add like whatever I want to add. Okay, I want to change the color again. I'm just using color as a simple example. Blue. So Caleb, yours is not working?
No, I'm still trying to figure it out and I can't get it. I'm trying to
So
type.
Caleb, I don't think you copied the right link. You're not on the right page. So Matthew, let's see his. So I'm opening yours now. Ah, I see what your issue is. Remember what I said about opening and closing? Here. So who is this? Matthew Bolton. So this is, you see the mistake you made here? You forgot to
Style.
close it. You forgot to close the UL. Remember, open and close the door. Check that first before you write anything inside. Make sure you have the open and closing. I'll run it again. You see, it works now.
That's good.
Make sure you close it. Make sure you close it. Open and close. Before you write anything inside, make sure you close. It's like coming into your house. Once you come in, once you open the door, close the door first before you start doing stuff in your house. The same thing you do. Okay. Does that work now?
See, excuse me.
So, Mateo, does it work now? I remember see what I did. All I did is this is yours. This is yours. I'm literally adding this. That's all I'm going to add to it. And it's fine now. You see, that's all I'm adding to it. Make sure you close it. You didn't close it. Notice you didn't close this.
You didn't close
So you had everything right there. You didn't close this.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, that's good. Okay. All right, let me go back to. So now for this, again, like I said, we'll add another tag. Before you add the list tag here, you see I did open and close, open and close. And a good way to make sure everything is fine is to indent. So I'll just show you a quick way. So you see how it was like this? It still looks okay. This is fine. This will still run fine. But because it's like this, I press tab. Let me come here. I press tab here. I press tab here. Then I can see what is inside. You see what I mean? If you have it properly formatted, you can see where you're making a mistake, right? If I press the tab here, then I can see, okay, I have this properly formatted. Does that make sense? So make sure you have that. Okay, so Talia, you need to send me your code. I can't help you if I can't see where you're making a mistake. So sir, can you help her? You need to send me the code. Oh, you have Zoom on a different device. Okay, that would be it. I don't know. How would you share? Because I can't really tell. So what I can, let me copy. If I copy it and send it to you, I don't know if that would be helpful, but I'll copy this and send it to you. Make sure you have this first. Make sure you have it. You have this like this. You have to open and close, and I put in the chat. Then after, go to the color. If this is wrong, the color will not work. Does that make sense? If you have this wrong, if you don't have it open and close first, the color will not work. All right, so I'm going to the P tag. I'm going to the P tag now. So is everyone following? Have I lost people? Is everyone following? Okay, so the same thing with a P tag. I'm just going to say here color again. And I'm going to say maybe purple. Oh, this is not mine. Okay, sorry. So here I'll go to the P tag and I said here color blue. You see, change it to blue. Let me change this to purple. So this is mine now. This is the one we're working on. I'm not looking at anybody. So whose is this? This is Talia? Okay, Talia, let me try and see what I can do. I would do with yours.
Mateo's a bit confused. I think he got lost on what's happening right now.
Okay, which parts? Like we covered the UL just now. We fixed that and that worked.
Is it hers?
Huh?
I'm just like, I'm starting to get confused. Can you like slow it down a bit?
Okay. So we did, let me go over it again. We started first with the list tag, UL. We did the open and closing UL tag. Actually, let me use Talia's to explain. So since let's start with Talia's, let me start with hers. Let me see what she has. Okay, so Talia, you see, so you didn't put the style correctly. Remember I said add the style. So Talia, this is yours. So this is your style tag. You have a closing tag. Where's the opening? The first thing to do before you add the style tag is to make sure you're adding it in the head. In the head. So add the style tag here. So here I'll add style. So style, that's the first thing to do before you start using this, before you start putting any of it in. Style, that's the first thing to do here. Then what here you put the color, so you have here the list, or you use what you did from last time, which is fine. But you can add this here. This has to be in the braces, in the style braces. But first, you must first select. So first thing you do, so I deleted this, make sure you take that out. Delete your style closing tag here. Remove all the empty spaces too. Remove all the empty spaces, it'll be easier to see. And your body is wrong. Actually, you know what, Talia? I'll probably say you should start again. You should have started from scratch. You've made a few mistakes. You see the head here? This shouldn't be here because there's already one here. You already have a closing tag for the head. And here you have the head again. And you have a body. Do you see? You see there's two of that. There should only be one. There should only be one way closing the door. You don't close the door twice, right? Okay, so I'm going to start again from scratch. Let's start again from scratch. So click on the new button. So you see what I did? I click here. Click on the new button here. I clicked on the new button here. Then the first thing to do, you create the unordered list tag. So UL, open or close, UL. Right? You open or close the UL tag. You see what I did? And you see what that's in? It's in the body. Make sure you know where I'm putting it. You see I'm putting it in the body, not anywhere else. This is a new one. Okay? So from that, add the list. So Mateo, can you follow? You can follow this. I'm starting from scratch. You can follow this one now. I'm starting from scratch. So you see the body, right? UL tag. I have the UL open and closing tag here. I haven't done anything to it yet. Like I said, before you write anything else, make sure you close it first before you do anything else. Then I just press enter, right? Then list tag again. I add the list tag. So this is now the stuff that will go into the unordered list. I'm first telling the computer, make me an unordered list. And after making the unordered list, add items to the unordered list. So here I'm just going to put what did I put before? I was putting names. I was putting, okay, so John. So that's the first one. I want to put another one again. Remember, once I have this, I must close it. Make sure you close it. Though, okay? Right? So you see, that's what I have here. And it's in the body. And it's separated. It's in the body tag. It's all in the body. Okay? It's all in the body. So then now, like I said, we also did, then let me run this. So you see John Doe. Then there's another type of list that's called an ordered list. Am I still going too fast? We're starting again from scratch, Desire. We're starting again from scratch. Am I still going too fast?
No.
Okay. So so now again, we're going to do an ordered list. We're going to do an ordered list. We're starting again from scratch. So for design, we're starting again from scratch. So here I'm going to do an ordered list now. So OL, ordered list. Make sure you have it closed first. Closed. Right? You have it closed. Same thing, but now the elements that go here is list again. And here I have Jane. Doe. Okay, so have this there first. Have the open and close first, and you have the list item LI, OLLI, OLLI. So if I run that, you can see John Doe, Jane Doe, right? Straight. So I'm assuming everybody has gotten to this point. At least you got to this point. Okay. So now this, unordered lists. UL stands for unordered list. OL stands for ordered lists. So I'm going to show you something. So sometimes if you're confused, you can always add comments. So comments does not show. I'm just going to show you how to write it, the syntax for comments. So whatever, if you make this symbol here, I'll copy and paste. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Just add that there. So if you copy and paste this in your HTML, this does not show up. This does not show up in. This does not show up in. Show up in the code. It's just telling the document, ignore this. This is a comment. This is for your own use. Right? I just want to see what was I trying to do here. So this is an ordered list of names. You don't have to do this. I'm just showing you this though. You don't have to do it, but it's good to have comments. So to use a comment, you have to put this first. So angle bracket, exclamation mark, 2 dashes. Then to close it, 2 dashes, angle brackets in that order. I copied and pasted it in the chat. So this is another, this is how it should be, something just like this. That's how you have it, it's like that. So this is where we are now. Well, everybody's at this point. You don't have to have this ones. Everyone is at this point now. So you come to the head, make sure you're in the head. You see the head here? Once you click on it, it shows you kind of highlights where the end of the head tag is. So add the end of the head tag, right here. You click enter, just give space, and you add a style tag. You see here, there's a title tag already. Sorry, that was a mistake. So you add a style tag. So you see, I mistakenly added 2. I'll wipe that out.
Okay. My hello world is at the bottom.
Yeah, that it should be at the bottom, like mine, right?
Okay, I see that.
Okay, so
So
style.
I'm a bit confused
Where?
with the order list of names.
Well, what part are you confused? You didn't write it. It's not showing, or what's happening?
Well,
Do you get a particular number before you stop? What do you mean?
well, it's just when I was trying to put the exclamation mark, it wasn't working. So,
Like I said, you don't have to add this, but you could add this. You have to, if you want to add it. I copy and paste it. You could just copy and paste it.
okay, thank you.
I've added in the chat. You don't have to have that, but if you want to, you should add it. If you want to, it's good to have it. And you put your comments in between the spaces here. Just add whatever you want, whatever message you want in between there. So you remember, okay? So everybody should have the style though. You should have the style inside the head, right? You should have the style inside the head. So here, all we did the last time we did OL, now we call the selector. We're telling the HTML document. The HTML document does not show what's inside the head tag. It does not show anything that's inside the head tag. Think of whatever you write in the head tag is not going to show up. It's just like what it uses to show the document, like what it uses to make the document good or add some other features. It does not show up. But make
It
sure
doesn't seem like it did anything.
We haven't done anything yet.
Oh, okay.
We haven't done anything yet. So after adding the OL selector, you see here we added OL first, then angle brackets, open and close. Open and close angle brackets. You must make sure you have that. Okay. Then after that, you have color. I said we're just using the OL, right? And once I did that, you see, the one compiler automatically puts a few things for me. Added a semicolon, and he added the colon and added the semicolon. The semicolon is end the line. The semicolon must always be there. If it's not adding the semicolon for you, it means that you're not placing it in the right position. Something is wrong. It's recognized.
See, hey, so you got the UL tag on, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so let me just check. Do you want to share your screen? Maybe you can work we could work side by side on so okay, you got a li. That's a good so in between the li you can type in whatever you want, like you, let's say you want to make a list of like your favorite games, I guess. So yeah, I'd say type in a game name or all right. Okay, just leave one game out there and do Roblox. Okay, perfect. And then copy this, create another li tag underneath this one. So like, yep, uh, yep, and then write your next game. And let's leave these for now. So, and let's run and let's see what happens. Yep. So yeah, you got it right. So you got your background color
Okay.
red.
So the thing at the top, what do I do about that? Is it supposed to be there?
Oh, great question. So this is not supposed to be there, and I'll tell you what to do. Do you see the OL color green? So lines 11, 12, and 13. So these three lines, yep. Copy the code in these three lines, or rather cut. I'd say cut. And then see the ending curly braces before the closing style. Yep. So on line 9, see the curly bracket on line 9.
This?
Left, like a bit more left. Yeah. One more. Yep. Press enter.
Okay.
And then paste your code.
Here?
Yep. And then press enter again.
Oh, okay.
Let's try this now. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
No worries.
Is that it?
Yep, that's it. And
Okay.
let me return you back to the room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so from here though, so from here, the UL, remember the same thing again here, I'll just change the color to green. If I wanted to do the P tag, I'll just say P, the same thing again. Remember the P tag, what is the P tag? The P tag is the paragraph tag. Open and close braces. And you notice here, everything right here is still within the style tag. It hasn't left the style tag. It hasn't left the style tag, right? So here again, I'll see maybe color. I'm using just color because color is just easy to write. And I can change it. Purple. Okay. So you see here, I change this to green and I change the P tag here to purple. Okay, so we have all this point now. Everybody should at least have the first two, OL and UL. The P is optional. You can have the OL and UL, but everybody should have that now. So let me explain this again. This is the selector. You must first put the style here, style bracket, style closing in the head. The style must be in the head, style open and close. And within the style tag,
We have to do the OL and the UL.
do both just for now. I just want to show you so you have an idea of what to do.
Okay.
So within the style tag, we have the selector. So this is the selector. So we're saying, okay, see HTML document, could you go to the OL, wherever you see OL, change it to red, change the background to red and the front to blue. That's what we just said here. The same thing with the UL. We said, okay, wherever you see the UL tag, change the color to green, right? So there is advantage of doing it this way, but it's also disadvantage. Disadvantage is now, what about, for example, I want to add let me add a P tag here. A P tag in my document. You don't have to write this down, just showing you an example. Just have a P. My name is. So I just added a p tag. My name is Johnson. It means we run that. And what do you notice? That it's also purple as well. But I don't. What about I don't want it to be purple? I don't want it to be purple. I want to give it a different color. If I change the purple here, everything that is labeled P will be purple. Every element that is labeled P will be purple, right? So, but what about I don't want to change everything? I only just want to change my name is Johnson. I want this one here, the current time here. I want this one here, this P tag. I want this P tag, this one here to still be purple, but I want my name to maybe be like pink. I just want it to be a different color than this one. So to do that, we're going to introduce a new attribute. So in the P tag, so I want you to write the P tag. So write the P tag, just write the P tag for whatever you want inside. It doesn't have to mean anything, just write the P tag for whatever you want inside. Okay? All right, so I'm assuming, does everyone have the P tag? Do you have the P tag? Okay, yes, I want, Eniola, exactly, I want the class. So Eniola, since you understand some of the concepts, you could help some people in the chats. If you know what to do, you could help some people. So you add a class. So you say, okay, I want the class. I want it to be, I want the class. So you write class inside the P tag. I'm going to show you again. Inside. You see the P tag here? After the P, I put a space. Make sure there's a space. Because if you write it together like this now, you see it's one word. You have to make sure there's a space, telling that it's a separate word. So class equals to quotation marks, double quotation. Remember, once you have something, you close it. So remember, I'm writing here, class equals to double quotation. Okay? Does everybody have up to this point? I don't want to lose you because we're going to get into something that's a bit more tricky. So I just want you to make sure you have up to this point. Please, if you're confused, tell me now. So Caleb, where are you stuck at? Tell me what part didn't work. You didn't get the colors?
I'm stuck at the part, the color purple.
Here, did you make sure you write the P, close, open and close brackets? You spelled it correctly. You have the semicolon there.
That's what I'm doing now.
Huh?
That's what I'm doing now.
Okay, so.
And I didn't get the John Doe in red.
Sorry, you didn't get the.
I didn't get the John Doe in red.
Oh, you just remember, I just added the background color inside the OL. Remember, whichever one you're doing, we were selecting everything in the OL. We're saying, okay, everything in the OL, select everything in the OL and change the color to red.
Yeah, that's what I did, but when I run it, didn't make it color.
Make sure you close it. Make sure that everything is closed. That's also one mistake. The syntax is probably where you make a mistake. Do you have everything in green? Do you have the green at least? Do you have the color? Is one of them working?
Let me try.
Make sure, let's see, do you have any of the colors working? Do you have one of the colors working to see if your style is correct?
John Doe in green.
Okay, you have the John Doe in green. So that's good then. So where the mistake is, make sure you close this and make sure that the list is shown and it's closed. Remember, make sure this is closed. Make sure each of them is closed. Open and close the door. Do not forget that. The same thing when you're writing the color, spell the color C-O-L-O-R. Okay, so could you copy what you have in the chat? Let me see. Or
Okay.
send me the link. Send me the link.
Okay.
Send me your link. Copy your link. Let me see your link. Then I can find out where the mistake is. Copy your link and send the link. Okay. So style, you have your style here. That's good. Your color is there. That's good. Background color red. That's good. So remember, it's still the same thing again. So Caleb, you didn't close it. You didn't close the UL. Remember to close it. I said to close the UL, close UL. Before you write anything inside, make sure you close the door. Before you do anything, close the door. So see if that works now. And you only have one, right? You only have one list here. You don't have the second list. You didn't add the second thing, right? So make sure, so this was the ordered
Can
list.
you
So here,
please slow down?
sorry, okay,
Can you please slow down?
sorry. I could just get ahead of myself. So the first thing, make sure you close it. You didn't close it first. That was the first thing you did. You didn't close it. So after you close it, add the ordered list. After you close it, add the OL. You see there was UL, add the OL here. You're selecting OL here, but there is no OL for it to find, for the style to find. Does that make sense? And you can select everything that's in here and just like tab so you can see clearly what's inside what. Okay. So did you write OL? I'm assuming you've written OL. Wait to write it again. So once you have that, the same thing again, you write lists. You write the lists, open and close. The same thing as this one. You can literally just copy the one here, Control C, Control V, or you can just copy everything here, Control C, copy everything that is there, and replace it here. All you just do is just change this to O and change this to O. Okay, does that work now? Okay.
Okay, hold on. Give me a minute.
Okay, should I copy it in the chat? Should I copy this part in the chat so you can see?
Yes.
Did I help you?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I send it to you, Caleb. All right, so just copy that and replace it with the UL, whatever. You should notice the open and closing. So let's get back to it. So remember, where was I? The class. Yes, was it this one? This one, I think. Okay, it was here. So here I was in the P tag. I created a P tag. I just wrote the P. I'm going to write that again. Open and close P tag, and I just said my name is Johnson. What is it? Sorry, when you hear the last class, P tag was one of the first things you did. So P tag is probably one of the first tags you did. If you were in the first class, that's the first tag you did. So here in the P tag, in the first P tag, in the first one. So basically when we're opening the door, before we close the door, let's just sneak this in. Write class. You see I wrote class CLAS, equal sign, double quotations, right? And we want to give this P tag a class, right? A class name, whatever name we want to give it. Let's give it a name. So let's call this info. I just give it a name info. It doesn't matter. You just have to give it a name, right? Info. So does everybody have up to this point? Okay, Tyler, yes.
No, not me.
What? So wait, what? Do you have up to this point? You should have up to this point.
No, I'm still copying the P tag.
Okay. So P tag, open and close. Info. Then just put whatever information you want in there. Okay. So does everyone have this now? Or maybe you could just, if you could leave, okay, actually, you could leave it as simple as 1 letter or 2 letters, but it's better to have it more descriptive. Whatever you want. Let's say for the sake of being easy, I'll just name it A. Right? I'll just name it A. You can name it whatever. Okay? So now that I have it A, I want to change the color of this one. You see, my name is Johnson here. It's fine, but I want to change the color to, let's say, pink. But I already said, I already did here, and I did P color purple. Right? So everything that has the P tag in the document has the color purple. But once I add the class here, I can select this one now. So to select it, it's almost the same idea as we did earlier, but the only difference now is that we add a dot A. We add the dots, we add the dot, and we add the name, whatever name we had here. So if I had info, I'll come here and put, remember, this is still inside the style tag. I have info here. This is still inside, this is info, the class info. I'll come inside the style tag and I'll put dots. So I'm telling you that this is a class, this is not a tag. That's what the dot is for. The dot is telling that this is a class, this is not a tag. Dot info, open and closing braces.
Can you please go down? I haven't finished with the P. Thank you. Class info.
Class info, my name is Johnson, whatever, just class info. Okay.
What is it supposed to do? Because it doesn't.
It's not doing anything yet. It's not doing anything yet. It's not doing anything yet. We haven't made it to do anything yet. We're only just saying that we're going to reference it. We're not done anything to it yet. So that's where we come to the style again, and we put dot info. This is now in a new. Make sure you're not putting it inside the same squiggly bracket that is under the style. You see, right here, dot info. Right, and here I'm going to change the color to, what color should I use? Magenta, still purple. Yellow. I was going to go pink. Pink. So after that, now click run. You see now, my name is now pink. My name, but before my name was, what do you call this, was purple, like the stuff down here. But now my name is pink. So that's what the class does. The class allows me to select specific parts, select specific tags, right? I could also use the same class now. I could copy the same class info right here and go to John Doe, the one that is green. Go to whichever one that is green and just place it inside this. I just copy and paste, Control C to copy, paste inside right here. See, I placed it in the list, in the Jane Doe. I'll run that, and you see that changed to pink. So the class allows me to apply styles to different elements, specific elements, not everything. Like, remember when we did the list, it was everything that was the list, everything that is an OL changed color. But once I do the class, I can select specific items. Does that make sense? So here again, you see class info, I just added it in the opening tag. In the opening tag, I added it in the opening tag. Okay, let me see. 1 second, I just want to see, is everyone following? Is anyone lost? At this point, please tell me if you're lost. I could go over again. Just tell me where you're stuck.
I'm lost.
Okay,
Where did everyone go?
The color.
What happened to you?
Which one? Did you write this? Class info?
Yeah, but I'm stuck on the color.
So the only difference here now is, remember we did the last time we did the P, but the only difference now we put dot info, dot whatever you call it, dot whatever.
Okay.
Dot info.
So do you have to make all of those lines?
Which lines? You only adding this part. This is all we added now. We haven't added anything. We added this. This you should have this from before.
Dot info.
You see, this was from the style.
Yeah, I remember.
So then this is the only thing we added now to the style. Dot info brackets color pink. The reason it's called info is because we called it info here. We could call it whatever, but we called it info here. That's why it's info up there. Okay, so dots info. But the other ones we didn't put dots because we're just selecting the tags. But because this is a class, we select dot info. So does everyone understand? So tell me if you're stuck, if you're confused. Okay, tell me if you're stuck. I'm assuming that everyone is following now. Mateo, you still following? And Marianne?
I'm not following.
Sorry, who said that?
Mateo.
You're not following?
No,
I
it's-
said I am following.
Okay, you're following. Is everyone, so did everybody get to this point? Did your color change to pink?
Yes.
So add the info again, copy the class info and paste it in Do. And you see that will also change to pink. You could paste it anywhere. I could paste it in this one too. Even in this one, I can paste it here and run, just wherever, but make sure it's in the opening tag and there's a space. Okay. One note I have to add here though is that when you're naming, do not put any special characters. So do not put asterisks, do not put like pound, do not put dollar sign. Don't put any special characters. Just use only letters and dash. Letters and dash. No space too. So I can't do info here and do space glow. That's making two, but we're not doing that now. Don't put any space. So just leave it as characters.
When I added the dot info in my code, it said dot info and
Did you add the dot info inside the style?
yes.
Could you send me the link to your code so I can see what you have? So Luca, you lost. Where were you lost? Were you paying attention? Please turn on your camera. I want to see who was paying attention.
I'm not
I
color.
want to see if you're paying attention. Turn on your camera. Okay, so what can you send me? Where did you get lost?
On the color.
Okay, so the color here, did you write dot info brackets? Send me a link. Send me a link. Like I said, if you said you lost, always just send me the link of your code so I can see.
Okay.
Okay, so I can see where the mistake is. If you're lost, send me a link so I can see. So desire, let's see yours first. Again, remember to have. No, did you come late? Who desired? Did you come late? Yours is missing a bunch of things. You most definitely came late or you deleted stuff. There's a lot of things that are missing. There are a lot of things that are missing. Desire. You have to start. I'll just give you mine. You copy mine and use that from there.
Okay then.
Everybody should. I'm going to send. This is what we're currently working with now. Just make sure it's the same. Okay, that's it. Okay. So I sent you the link. If you could, let me send that again to everyone. Okay, so who else was having a problem? Desire. So Luca, do you have it now? Luca, do you have it now?
Right, Talia?
Can you go back to the top?
Mhm.
So I copied you. I sent the link now. If you go to the link, let me see where you are. Okay, send me yours. Okay. So this is all I added. I only added .info, nothing more. Okay, so Tyler, is yours working? Make sure you click the run too. After writing, click the run so you can see. If that didn't work, just open the link I sent, Control A, Control C, Control A, Control C, everything, and paste it into yours. Then open the link, Control A, Control, just copy and paste everything. Then you can see which one is there. Then you can change the name, you can change the,
Can you go back to the top?
okay, sorry. Sir, how much more? How much more do you still have? I don't know where you are. See, I honestly don't know where you're lost from. If you have a lot of stuff,
I just need a little bit longer, not too long.
what exactly are you looking for? Maybe I can help you.
Sir, can you go back down?
The colors are a little hard.
Which one? You should have all this one already.
Yeah, but when I pressed run, it still didn't work.
Could you send me a link to what you have so I can see what you have? Copy,
I
open
put
my
it in the
link.
chat.
Who's speaking? Is this Caleb?
Luca.
Luca.
I
Okay,
put it in the chat.
you sent it to me. Okay, you did. Let me copy that. 1 second. Look, that didn't work for me. The stuff you sent didn't work. Can you send it again? What you sent, the link you sent didn't work.
Notice he's on TQ.
You have it now?
Sir, could you go down?
So you know what? If you're still stuck, copy the link I sent. Copy the link I sent. You have everything there. Just copy and paste everything. You could see it. I could look at it and see where you're lost. I sent you the link. You could just copy everything from there. Does that make sense? So from here, just I'll paste it again. Open this link, copy the entire information and paste it in. Then you can see wherever you could. Then you could change whatever mistakes you have. This is what we're working now is correct. Okay. Because I don't know where you're stuck. Some of you deleted some items. Some of you were starting from previous ones. Some of you didn't start from new. So you didn't follow when I said start from new. So that also affected what you have. You didn't start from a brand new one. You continue from the previous one. So if you're stuck, just copy everything that is there. And have that page open.
Can you take it down?
Yeah.
Yes, I found it.
Okay, you have it now. So
Thank
like
you.
I said, who's saying taking it down? So who's that?
It worked. It's Luca.
Okay, so look, so what I'm saying, just copy everything. If you made a mistake, because there might be several mistakes you might have made, and I can't really tell if you're not sharing the link. So what I said, just copy everything and paste it in. Okay, so from here now, we added class, we added info, we added class here. So that's one way to do it. There's another thing we could also do. We could add something that's called an ID. You can add a class and an ID. The only difference between ID and class is ID, you can only use it once. You cannot use an ID multiple times. So here I'm going to add an ID name. I'm just going to call it name. I added ID here. Remember, it's still inside. I want you to notice the ID. I added ID equal sign, single quotation, and I put some description on name I'm going to call it. I just call this, let me call it, just call it NM, something that's easy to remember. So inside I have my class and ID. Remember, separate the stuff by spaces, but inside the quotation, no spaces. Inside the quotation, no spaces, no special characters. So wherever I have, so inside the class again, I wrote ID and M. Okay, that's all I'm doing. I'm still doing inside the P tag. So is everyone following to this point? You have ID NM. Is everyone following to this point? All right, I'm assuming nobody, since nobody said they lost, I'm going to write the next part. So then we come here again, we'll come back again to the style, to our style. And I'm going to select the style. But this time now is no longer a class, it's an ID. So for the class, we begin with a dot. For an ID, we begin with the hashtag octotop. Yeah, we begin with octotop, and I called it NM. Open and close braces. Right? You can only use ID once. So I can't copy this ID and put it in this point now. I can't do that because I already did. You can only use it once. You can only use ID once. You can't use it more than once. Okay? So ID, I'm going to say here, just put whatever again. I'm going to use it again, background color. Orange. So you see, I changed the background color to orange. So the info, you see here, it's still in my P tag. I'm only working with the P tag. P tag class info. Let me delete this current time and change it to something. It's very easy to follow. So I'm only working with the class. I'm only working with this here, class info, ID NM for this name Johnson. See, I added two things. One of them was a class and one of them was an ID. In the class, I called it info, and to call that particular class, I use .info. For the ID, I called it NM. To call that ID, I use hash NM. You see? So the same thing. Why for the other ones, I use OL, UL, and P. Right? I just called it directly. I called the tag directly. I want the UL tag, I want the UL tag, I want the P tag. But to call like specific parts, to call like specific parts, you give it a class and an ID. So the ID we gave here was NM. So my name is Johnson. And I give the ID NM. And here when I put it, I put hashtag NM background color orange. All right, so is anybody writing? Write this part and run it. You should see that. You should see like whatever you have here, my name has changed. So if, for example, again, you get lost, you could always go to the link I sent, refresh that page, it will show you the latest stuff I added to it. Then you can copy if you lost, if you see some part, but you should have, everybody should have up to this point. If you follow the last part. So is anyone lost?
The background color for, like, you know, the name where yours says my name is Johnson, it didn't work for me.
Did you make sure you have ID NM?
Yeah.
Equals to, and it's in the opening tag, is in the first one. You see P is in the opening tag. Send your link again.
You just did.
I just did.
Okay, thank you. Then we can see from there. Color, NM background. Okay, that looks fine. At least the top here looks fine. P, ID, NM. My name is Mateo. Okay, orange. Oh, so you see here, it's just a slight mistake. Remember, no. You see? Do you see it? You put a space here.
Oh.
You see something like that. That's what's stopping it from working correctly.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
That's it. Okay. All right. So that's it for this. So does everybody have the ID now? ID user hashtag, class user dot.
I have ID.
Huh?
I have ID.
Okay, you have ID. So now I want to explain. Okay, so I'm assuming everybody has gotten up to this point. You should have something that looks like this, roughly like this. So the benefit of using an ID that you can only use once is that you could refer to that ID. You could say, okay, okay, Paige, take me to this ID. right? You could say, take me to this ID, for example. Well, before we go into that, let me just cover this part. Is it right? Still open? Yeah. So the first class, you were shown this slide, and you were shown like the wireframe model and whatnot. So I want you to think of the HTML document as a series of blocks, right? You have blocks, each block. So think of it like each of is like a, actually the best way to think of it is like when you buy a new computer, let's say for example. Inside the computer, you have like your main content. You want to use the computer, but inside before you open the box, you have like a box, an outside box. Inside the outside box, you take out the computer. The computer has like the padding, like all the soft foam. So let's say that this stuff inside here is the computer. Then you have padding. Think of padding as like the foam, like the white styrofoam that's inside the computer box. Do you ever know what I'm talking about? When you buy like a new TV too, you see the white styrofoam that's inside. That's padding, right? So padding is the space around. Then you have margin, and you have a border. So a good, I think let me open the one I had earlier, then I can use that as an example. So you have padding and you have margin. But the padding is like, so here, you see here the slider. I mean, this slider here, this slider right here. This slider is surrounded by padding. This space here is the padding. It's like the white foam. Then the black outline here is the border, right? So if you buy a TV, you have like all the soft padding inside. Then you have the border, which is the box itself, the border. Then the margin is how close it is to other boxes. So if it's like in a shipping, if it's in the warehouse, how close is it to other boxes? That's the margin. So we could change the padding. We could change the margin. So padding is inside, margin is what is outside, the space between all the stuff, and border is the line, is where it's enclosed in. Does that make sense? It's like the paper box.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Huh? Does it make sense? Does that?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a padding first, which is protecting our content essentially. Then we have the border, which is like the paper box. Then you have the margin, which is the relation to other stuff in the box. So if you buy a new computer, a new phone, there's first the stuff that is protecting the phone, like the sheets. Then you have the outside box, a small outside box inside. You still have other boxes too, like the box that the charger is in, the box that the headphones might be in. Those boxes too, and the space between those. Think of those as the margin, right? So let's come back to this. So we want to add padding and margin. I want you to think of it this way: padding and margin. So inside the box, you could put other things inside the box too. So think of it like the HTML is like one big box. We can add other smaller boxes into it. If we add other small boxes into it, those boxes will have margin and we'll have a padding too. And we can stack those boxes by the way we arrange the stuff on the HTML documents. Like for example, this UL is a box on its own. The UL is a box. And inside that box of UL, there is the list item, another list item, another small item that is also another box too. Same with the body. The body is a big box that takes all that items and the UL is part of it. And this stuff has a margin to the body. And the content inside, has like some padding to the list item. Does that make sense? Think of it as one big box, and inside the box, you can put other smaller boxes inside. And that box those boxes describe how each stuff is related, right? So padding is the space around. This is the space around. This is our padding. Margin is the space between elements. See, this is our margin. This is the margin. Border is the black line. You see, that's the border. So this is inside space here. This empty white space inside this black line is our padding. It's close to it. So then we have this. Then we have this too as our border. Okay. So now we're going to add padding and margin. So first, so in this same one we've done before, we're going to add, I want you to show you. So for example, let's say here, the ordered list. Let's start with ordered list. I'm going to add padding. So the padding, so I have to give it a thickness. How thick should this padding be? You give it a unit. So last time she introduced units to you. So I'll give it, let's say 10 pixel. And if I run, so you see what happened? The OL element, so the box itself has here, the box itself has a padding of 10 pixel. So that's how far it is from, so the list items inside. So this is why you see this is pushed now. Before this red stuff was covering it, but now I pushed it inside. This is the OL inside. Why this box here, the what it calls the list item is sticking out? Because it's outside of that padding now. Does that make sense? So if, for example, I want to move this one inside, I'm going to call the list item. I'm going to add the list item here. Lists. I hope I didn't confuse anyone by doing that now. So padding. So all I did now again, I added the list. So I'm saying this stuff should be 10, but this box here is on the edge. This here is on the edge because that's how it was placed. But the inside of this, I'm saying that add padding here, but the small box inside the list item, which is this one, is already on the edge of the other stuff. So by calling it here, padding 10 pixel, I'm giving it some space. Run that and just see what I do. Less padding. Okay, yeah. So I added padding now to all sides, all 4 sides of it. Okay. That's so yeah, this is kind of what I wanted to do earlier. So the list, the padding, so delete the earlier padding I had. It doesn't make you look good. That's also one thing you have to also figure out too. Adjusting your padding and margins. You have to adjust it to a way that you think looks good. Does that look good? That didn't look good at first. I didn't like the way it looked. So I changed the padding here. I added this list padding. I removed the padding I added in the OL and added it in the list instead. So now this big box is the OL list, which is here, which is our big box here. That's what is red. And I'm saying that from this list one, the space between the box and this should be 10 pixels wide. Okay. I didn't change anything down here. All I changed was here. Can you just copy this part? We're running out of time. I need to running out of time. There's a few things I want to show. So is everybody, has anyone copied this part? Is anyone done? Please, if you're done, just signify. Okay. Caleb is done. Everyone is done. Please, if you're done, could you signify?
I figured it out.
What did you declare?
I did the list padding.
Okay, so that didn't work?
No, it worked. It worked.
Okay, you're done. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's good. All right, so I'm assuming everyone has gotten to this point, I've written to this point. Okay. So here, remember this is this list. I called this list earlier an unordered list. You see, it's just a bullet point. But I don't like bullet points. I don't like bullet points. I can remove that bullet point here by going to the ordered list here and changing this to, so I'm changing this to list, change the list style type. You see, it also shows you here, as I was typing it out, it was also showing me some other options. Which options was I looking for? I could just choose one here. List style type, that's what I was looking for. And I'll say none. Run that. Okay. Let me see. Oh no, I didn't put in the ordered list. So you see now I did it though. I don't have 1 and 2 anymore. There's no 1 and 2 anymore. But if I want to do it for the dots, I have to put it in the unordered list, which is down here. And leave the 1, 2. Am I still going too fast? Did everybody catch the list style? You can add it here, add it in the ordered list. You can add it in the unordered list too. What it does in each of them is like it removes the name. So I put it back, I took it out from the ordered list. I put the 1 and 2 back. Here I just move the dots. I don't want the dot anymore. There's a lot of stuff we have to cover. So, but I want you to at least get all the basic points. So if you see, if I share the stuff with you, if I share like the document I shared to you earlier, that if you're looking at it, you know what to do. You know what to do, at least you understand it. Because some of it you have to do it on your own. I'm going to have to introduce that at the end. Okay. So did everybody get to this point? So I'm assuming everyone is here. They added the padding, added the list style type, none. Okay, that's good. So like I said earlier, let's go back to the ID. ID is useful that because it allows us to link to the page. It allows us to link to a page. It allows us to refer to specific parts of the page. Like remember the last time we discussed anchor tags. I think some of you can remember you discussed anchor tags. So I'm going to change this here. I'm going to add an anchor tag to this stuff, John. Right, I'm going to add an anchor tag to the stuff called John here. So once I put, you see, it automatically closed it. So I'll copy and paste, cut this out, take this out, and put it here. Whatever yours was, I see I'm working in the UL on ordered list. I'm working in the UL, which is the unordered list. Please, could you turn on your camera? I want to know who's paying attention and who's not. Please turn on your camera. So I added the anchor tag to. See, I added the A anchor tag to this, to John. You see, I put sorry, is there a question? Okay, your camera is broken. It's fine. Sorry. So I added the anchor tag. That was, I just clicked the side by accident. I added the anchor tag to the John. Do you notice it? Did you notice? I added that there. John. So remember what we use anchor tag for? We use anchor tag to add links. So let me give an example. So let's say I go to, so you add the href attributes. She showed you the last time. Href attributes. I wonder if you can still remember. Href attributes. The href is like you're saying where you want it to go to. So usually you do like, let's say HTTPS, Facebook.com, something like that, or whatever link, or YouTube, or whatever, or Google.com. So let's go to Google. So come here. She showed it last time. So you come here, let's copy the Google link. Make sure you copy with Ctrl+C. Make sure you copy, what was it? Make sure you copy with HTTPS. Make sure you have the HTTPS when you put in the href. If you only have www and it's not going to work, you must have this part too. So you click on the link, you click here on the top parts, it shows you everything, you copy everything. You must click it twice if you're on Chrome to show the HTTPS. Okay? And after you do that, you added a dot to this. Let me run this and you see. So you see now John is there. Then I click it, google.ca. Okay, can't open it here.
Can you please slow down?
Okay. Haven't added anything. I haven't added anything else except this part. That's all I added now. I added the A. So does everyone have up to this point? Okay. Okay, so I'm assuming everyone has this point. So no one is saying they're not there yet.
I'm not there yet.
Okay, which part are you? Where are you? Have you written the href? Are you typing out the google.ca? What's the... Could you tell me where you are so I know like where you are? Give me like more info. I could help you with it.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I did it, but I don't think one compiler allows.
Yeah, it doesn't like, you can click the link. It doesn't like to click the link. We're not going to do external links now. I just want to show you. We're going to change it. I just want to show you. Just have it there. So then, so take this out, but now we're not going to, now we're not going to actually do, we're not going to use this. Instead, we're going to put our own link. Remember what I said about so here I'll put hash nm. So now, see, whenever I click this link here, let me run it. Whenever I click, you see I put hashtag nm, similar to what I had in the style. But here I put the hash nm, the href. I'm saying, okay, every time I click this link, I want it to take me to this point. So when I click it, well, because it's like a, what do you call this? The screen is big enough. It's not going to do it now because the screen, there's no text here for it to scroll down to. So I'm just going to copy like a bunch of empty text. Just forgive me, I'm just going to copy a bunch of empty text. I'll show you something later as a copy. Let me just add that so we could go to my name is Johnson, and you can see. I just want to show you, but as long as you have this here, it should move. So you see now, it brought it up. That's what it does. I'm just showing you that. I'll take this out. You don't have to have that in. Or you could use that from the stuff I said earlier. Okay. So there's also one thing you could do. She showed you how to add images and whatnot. She showed you how to add images in the last time. So did everybody get up to this point though? I'm assuming everybody got the link. You added the href. You make sure that it's open and closed, right? Yeah. As you open and close, make sure you have that in.
Yeah.
Okay. So you see, when I did the info and name, I just put whatever. But it's better to put descriptive names. Like, okay, what is that supposed to be like? What exactly do I need this stuff for? In the stuff I shared earlier, remember the first link I sent to you earlier today, I'll add it again. And you'll see, you probably use that. That would be helpful to look at it. So there's a lot of stuff in this page. There's a lot of stuff added in this page, but most of the stuff I've added in this page, I've explained some of it to you for you to see. So it's a good idea to just go and look at it when you have the time. Okay. So I added this. It's always better to use descriptive name. Let me go back to this. So coming back to this, use descriptive name. Don't just say info and whatnot. So if you go back to it, you'll be like, okay, what exactly was I trying to do here? Right? What exactly was I trying to do here? You might forget and whatnot. So it's better to use descriptive name like, okay, this something was like name of person, something like that.
Pardon me, I have to leave now.
Huh?
I have to leave now.
Oh, okay.
Bye.
Bye.
And thank you.
No problem. So name of person, something like that. Use a more descriptive name. I see I didn't put space, I use dashes instead. No space, like I said earlier, no space. So use more descriptive names. So when you're referring it to in the style, once you're referring it in the style, you know that that's what it is. you know that that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about name of person. I'll put this back to leave it as that. Let me just leave it as that. So that should change the, okay. That's just what I'm use more descriptive name. And if you look at the one I showed earlier, the one I just sent to everybody now, you can see I use more descriptive name, what that stuff is for. So there's, like I said earlier, that HTML document is a block. Let me explain the block. So you can also put some things in blocks too, right? To put things in blocks, like you want to put it in a containing block that you can contain, like, okay, maybe all these elements, all the stuff you have here is like, let me say my name is Johnson, the name of those people, all this together, combined, they make up like my personal info. So I want to put that in, I want to put all those in a single block, and I want that block to have like a particular styling, right? So think of it like here. Let me go back to the image. So I want everything that's about me, like maybe my name, my age, my school, everything in this block should have a particular style. Everything inside this block should have a particular style. So that's where we add this. We add this new, we're going to add a new tag. We'll add a div tag. A div tag. This tag does not do anything. It does not change anything. All it does is just helps us group our items into blocks. So you see what I did? I wrote the div tag, it auto completed it. So I cut that out, I took that out, and I pasted it at the end here. So now everything that is within that div tag, so everything that is within that, so I'm saying that everything here is within this div tag. Let me run this. You see that nothing changes, it's still the same. Make sure to close it. You see, I put everything inside this block now. So if I can, but the div, I can still put a class and ID here as well. I can put a class here. Let me call this bio. It's still the same thing. I didn't introduce anything new. All I did so far was add the div. Right? I added the div here. Open and close. You could put it out. You could use it to group any bunch of content you want. It doesn't matter which part it is. You could group any content you want that way. Okay? You can group any content you want that way. So you use the div here, the div, so put it in blocks. So div makes the element into blocks. And now we have this block here, we can put the margin again, we could put the padding, right? Let me show you, show you an example of margin. So here, I didn't show you margin, I only show you padding. I forgot to show you margin. So margin is the space. You see now I space the Jane Doe, the space between these items and these items. If I take that here and put it here. So see? So now the margin between everything around it is more. Let me put 50 so it'll be clearer. 40. So you see the margin, but the padding is still small, but you see how big now everything beside it is? Can you notice? You notice like how much space everything around it is and how big everything is. That is margin, right? That is margin, and and the padding is the space between this. You see the padding is still small, the padding is still standing, nothing has changed with the padding in this part at least. So you see, so that's what margin is. So that's what margin does. I'm just trying to show you the example for margin. So each block, we're still working with blocks again. We're still on the block. So I want you to think of it as small boxes that have margin, that have borders. You could specify border by using the border property. They have margin, they have borders. That's what each block is, right? So that's what each block is. So in the stuff I sent, what do you call this? In the document I sent, I showed margin, borders. What you can also do is that when you get those stuff, look at it, change some of the numbers, see what the numbers do, change the color, change stuff like that so you can see. You could also add like a border color and whatnot. Once you add those stuff, you can actually see, and that gives you like a more understanding of the box model.
I saw it in my dream, but I don't know how to.
Okay, so this, remember, I want everybody, so please, if you have your div everything should be fine there. So now class bio. So here, this is Jane Doe, which is this one, right? UL. So if I come back to this point and I do dot bio, I can say border color green. I need to change, I need to set the border size too. Should I do short? No, I shouldn't do short form. Width. Shoot. Okay. Why did I have the bio? It's not showing here that correct. Always on the edge. I need to. Okay, there's something wrong with my div right now. I don't know what's to show you clearly. I make a mistake here.
Can you go back up to the border color green?
No, I think there's something wrong. I must have typed something wrong. My bio is not working. The div is, I must have made a mistake. Even me too, I make mistakes as well. I'm trying to see why I added something. I added an element by accidental. Just to show form, see if that works. Something's... Okay, so my bio is my stuff is not working. I don't know. I don't know what's causing it. I don't have much time and I can't change this. Let me just leave that there. Let me change the background color. Maybe I can force it. Oh no, I can't. Okay, sorry, there's something I missed. I see what I missed. Okay, my bad. So there's something I should have mentioned earlier. Once you put a subtype box, the CSS can be overridden. What does that mean? So think of it this way, like the stuff that comes last, that is what the computer will do. If, for example, you put something that another style rule has canceled before, it wouldn't show up. So like here, I have this here, the name of, I have this info and whatnot here before. If I try to change the color of this, like now here, I change it to pink. I can't change the color in this bio because this one here has more precedence, has more power. It has overridden what was there before. So I think that's what I had there. Let me see. I think that's why my border is not working. So if you write something once, make sure you're not overriding from another one. I think that's what I did. I'm overriding something, but I can't find which I'm overriding specifically. Okay, almost done. Okay. I have to leave this now, but I just want to show you that this is the div. One more last thing I just want to show you before we leave. I want to show you how to add a video, so you can do it on your own time. Add a video to your page. So, for example, let's say I went to YouTube. Let's add YouTube video. What video should I use? This one I'm using actually. This is the video I use. Let's use this one. So if I add a YouTube video, I'll come here and click share. Then it brings up this menu. Then right here, I'll just click embed. You see here like the angle braces. What does that look like? Looks like what we did recently. Embed. So with the embed, I'll just come down here and copy. You can use any YouTube video, but some videos, some people stop, some video owners, they stop you from embedding their video. So not every video will work, but most videos will work. Most YouTube videos will work. So all you just do is just copy, Ctrl+C, and paste it in. Okay. So that is very long with that.
Once we get that link, where do we put it in?
Just put it anywhere. It doesn't matter, but it has to be in the body tag. Anywhere in the body tag.
Body, but like, oh, but you put the arrow in frame.
Huh? No, I didn't do that. I just copied. I didn't change. See, it was already here.
Okay.
It was already here. I didn't do anything. All I did was just do share. I come here and copy from end to Control C. Nothing. I didn't change anything. I didn't do end frame. I just did that. All I did there was just press enter to make it into a single line. So here I just paste it wherever. It doesn't matter. Just paste it here, for example. Then because it's too long, I said, okay, let me just press enter here to shorten the length and whatnot. Oh, so I pasted that in the wrong spot. Here, it has been the body tag. Remember the body tag, not in the style. Okay, it has to be in the body tag, not in the style. Anywhere on the body, you can put the video. It's just saying that, okay, I want you to put this box for me. That's what an iframe is again, another box. I want you to put this box with this video from this website inside this spot. And you could change the box size. You see here, you have the width, you have the height. You could change the box size here. I could reduce this to, let's see, 300. Make it like almost a square box, right? So that's what that does. You could shrink it, change the box size and whatnot. Okay. There's still some other things I want to show before we leave. There's one thing I'm going to show before we leave. The last time you guys did images, I want to show you how to add images, sir. So I'm going to show you how to save this to, like, if you're working on your computer, so you can work on this on your computer. And the link I shared earlier, let me copy that link. Okay, the link is there. This link, look at that link, try and read it. All the stuff we've discussed is there. I'm going to probably change a few things so it'll be more easier for you to read. But everything we've discussed so far is there. I'll try and remove any new information so you can make something that's similar to that or add your own stuff. So because at the end of this class, you guys are going to have a take-home work that you take and you try and make a website of your own. The best websites we give a certificate of recognition. So if you do really well, we'll send out a certificate to you for the best student that designs the best website. And the website will be on our page for I think at least 6 months. We'll show the website, so you can always show people a link so they can see what you made. So if you do well, I'm going to send it to you. Again, you could add some new information, but mostly all the stuff you need to have it to look a bit decent is there. And if you don't know what to do, I wanted to show this earlier. If you're stuck on which CSS property does what, like this CSS, so this is what is called a property. If you don't know what property you're looking for, Google is your best friend. Everyone right now I Google all the time. Sorry, was there a question? So, okay, Google is your best friend. If you don't know what to do, just type in your question in Google. Google is your best friend, right? Whatever you're stuck in, just Google. And another place to go and practice is called, when you guys came here earlier, the W3 school, when you were looking for the color selector, when you were choosing colors. You can use this also to practice. You see here, there's like a try it yourself section. It shows you stuff like that, right? It shows you stuff like that and whatnot. So stuff like that, just try yourself and see. So I'm just going to leave that to you. Once you have time, go over it. The best website, I'm going to send you my email. I'll send you my email, then everybody will submit to the website. You can add your own picture. That's the last one I want to show you, how to add your own personal picture to make the website your own. Add your own personal picture. You can add your own picture sort of, because the last time we showed you how to add an image from online using an online source, but if you wanted to add your own picture from your own computer, how would you do that? So let's just do that now. That will be the end for today's class. And I'll look at that link. Look at the link I sent. So you add your own picture. So I'm assuming everybody's using a Mac or PC. Is anybody using anything different, like a Windows, Mac or Windows? Is anybody using anything different?
I'm using Windows.
Okay, is anybody using anything different? Tell me if you're using
Chromebook.
Huh?
I'm using a Chromebook.
Using a Chromebook. I think I don't know if it's as similar to Windows. Is your parents there? Maybe they could tell. I don't know much about Chromebook. Is it similar to Windows in layouts? Like, how do you save files and whatnot?
It could be a Mac.
It's not really similar to Windows.
I'm on Windows.
Okay, so then if you're on a Windows, Caleb, you could use the one from your sister. You guys could probably use that one later on.
I'm not on a Windows, I'm on a Chromebook.
Oh, okay, sorry, who was talking? Okay, on a Chromebook. I think I'm not sure. Okay, maybe if I could look for the instructions for Chromebook, but I think it should be similar. See if it's tell me if you can follow up to the point we do. So first, let me do for Windows. So for Windows, let's just copy. So you come to this, you Control A, Control C, copy everything. Copy all the information. Okay, Control A, Control C. Then you come to like a new folder. I'll come to your desktop. You know, I'm assuming everybody know what the folder is. So come to a folder. Let's call this, let's create a new folder. Let me just call it Johnson. So create a new folder. If you're on Windows, come to create a new folder in your whichever directory, your desktop, wherever, just create a new folder. If you can't create a new folder, just do it to your desktop. Okay, click on desktop if you're on Windows. For the Mac users, Saab is going to show you how to do it for Mac. So just hold on for Mac users. So desktop, create a new folder. Let's just do it on desktop. So create, right click, you click new, text documents. Then let's call this my no space project. Remember, no space, underscore dash, but no space. My project.html. Remember to put .html, delete the text, nothing, just my project.html. New text document, my project.html. It gives you this warning to say yes. It gives that one. Let me open that again. So now then I'll right click here. So you see it changes to a Google Chrome icon for me at least, because HTML, that's my default HTML viewer. So then I'll click here, edit with, open with Notepad. Every Windows user has Notepad. Some people might have Notepad++. If you have Notepad or Notepad++, it's fine. Just open with Notepad. So that just shows an empty document. This is what it is. There's nothing inside. So I just Control V, paste all the stuff I had from before, and save. Close that. Now if I open it, you see this is from my computer. This is what we're doing before. You see what I was saying about the boxes, added to margin here. Added a margin and padding, you see? So this is what we're doing before. That's what you open up. So you just copy and paste. So Saab, can you show for the Mac users before we run out of time?
Okay, I will do that now. And yeah, let's see, for Mac users, bear with me, it's going to be a bit more complicated, but so most Mac users will have like a spotlight search. So like there's a search in the top right hand, and on search just type text edit. So this is a text. This is kind of like Notepad but for Mac, and we open it. We will do a new document, but before we even press new document, we want to click on options. And on options, this checkbox will, so yeah, we have to make sure ignore rich text commands. You have a checkbox, not a dash, not blank, a checkbox. So we ignore rich text commands, and then we create a new document. And before we even do anything, on the text edit, you'll go to preferences and make sure first thing in the format, it should be plain text. The default for Mac will be rich text, but we want to do plain text for this. And then on the second one for open and save, make sure it says display HTML files as HTML code.
Hello.
Hello? Yep, what's up?
Hello. Who's speaking?
Yep. Hang on. Hey Google, what's up? Sorry about that.
You're in a crunch, it's time to lunch.
Sorry, that's my lunch bell, but hang on. Hey Google, what's up? Sorry about that. So yeah.
Sorry, what do you want to set?
So are the Mac
I
users?
found a few locations
Hey
for
Google,
soap near
stop.
you. The first one is Laura Natural
Hang-
Soap at 605 Eglinton Avenue, East Toronto.
Hang on.
The second one.
Sorry, my Google Home has this mind of its own about that. So for the Mac users, have you been any questions around it?
So you in new documents?
Yep.
Like new documents, click plain text and open and save. Display
Open and
file, yeah.
Yeah.
So the video I embedded, in the display is also the video of how to do it. The video I embedded in the help projects, the project I sent earlier, also explains how to do it. So if you're looking for that video, there's a video that explains how to do it.
So yeah, these are the main steps you kind of need to do for Mac. Just making sure your text editor is doing things right. And then what you do is copy your code from one compiler, paste it on the file, and then save it. And when you're saving it, I would say for location, the best place to do it I recommend is a desktop. And then plain text encoding, and make sure you save it as my_project.html. And this is important that you have to write it that way. Save. You'll get this pop-up and click on use HTML. And yep, it will save this file for you. It will save my project right here. And when I open it up, yep, you get the website. So there's that from Mac. And any further questions on Mac stuff, like, yeah, it would be able
Okay,
to.
I think some people want to leave. As Luca left. So everyone submits your project to stemmofoundationit@gmail.com. I added the email there. Please, if you want to add your own personal pictures, add your own personal pictures, no more than 3 personal pictures. There's in the link I sent earlier, there's example of how to do it, of how to add your personal picture. They must be in the same folder though. And like I said, the best website to be featured on the best one featured on our website. Yeah, the best one will be featured on our website. Yeah, send it in. Yeah, Caleb, send it in. Send it into that. So I have added yeah, exactly. I added a sample for you to see, and for Mac users on how to set it up and whatnot, I added what do you call this? I added the video. So I added a video. So just if you have time, just read it, see what you can and whatnot. Try and most of the stuff we've already explained. There are very few things that will be new. I'm probably going to make some more changes later on. So, but deadline to submit will be Friday midnight. Friday midnight will be the deadline to submit. Once it's all done, I'm going to probably send something to you, maybe like the second week of December, so everybody can see what each person built. Build the website and see. The best website will get featured on the best one will get featured and we'll show it, but everybody can still view your website.